back to our Transfer Talks podcast. My name is Leilei and I'm a Transfer Jack's peer mentor, and we have a very special guest here with us today to share their transfer experience.
Hi, my name's Leah. I'm the senior peer mentor here at Transfer Jacks, and I'm graduating this semester, majoring in psychology with a minor in disability studies, and I'm also the treasurer for Tri Alpha, which is a first-generation honor society, and Tau Sigma, which is an honor society for transfer students.
Very nice. Thank you for being here with us today.
Of course, of course.
So we're going to start with just some this or that questions just to kind of ease into it a bit. Okay, so NAU Gold or NAU Blue?
Oh, I'm an NAU Blue girly.
Explain why.
Okay, I just look better in blue, and sometimes the gold washes me out. So
Really?
I like the navy.
See, as someone that's at NAU Gold, it's all about the attitude, you know?
Oh, okay.
Because, like, I would want to think that my complexion doesn't quite match with the yellow, but, like, it's all in the attitude.
See, I would disagree with that. I feel like your complexion does fit the NAU Gold.
Oh my god, stop. Then I would say that you could totally rock the yellow. You just gotta give it another try.
I just need to tan more.
Safely, right?
Yes.
Both of us.
Safely.
So, fall or winter?
Fall.
Why? Actually, no, I feel like I understand that part.
I'm from Phoenix, and so, I like the winters, and I like the snow for, like, 2 days. And then I'm like, okay, this is cool. That's enough.
She said 2 days, not a whole semester.
Yeah, no, not a whole semester. And there was just so much snow this semester. I was over it. And I like the leaves changing in fall. It's pretty, and it's like perfect weather out.
Exactly. We're done with the snow. We're done with the extreme weathers, you know, like, just no more of that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one more. Morning classes or afternoon/evening classes?
Okay. We already know I'm an afternoon/evening classes girl. I'm not a morning person. You can ask anyone that, and they will tell you that I'm grumpy when I wake up. Especially if I don't get a good night's sleep before.
Define a good night's sleep, though. Like, how many hours is that for you?
Like, not a lot. Like, a minimum of, like, probably, like, 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
That's pretty standard. That's
Which is pretty standard.
Yeah.
I agree. But we've been leaning closer to 5 to 6 hours lately.
I was gonna say, that's my average.
Yeah.
Lately, it's kind of been 4, and, like, I've been able to wake up pretty early. I'm
Okay,
impressed.
that's good.
Right?
Yeah, no, right now I'm on this weird schedule where I'm, like, falling asleep by, like, midnight, and then I wake up at, like, 8 naturally. And
Without
it's kind
an
of
alarm
nice.
clock?
Yeah, without an alarm clock.
I'm kind of jealous. Just
I
a
know.
bit.
I
I
know.
try to. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It like messes up my whole day.
Well, the only reason I am is because I'm taking a morning class. Which, why I did that, I don't know.
Is it at like what, 9?
It's at 9, yeah, 9:30.
It could be 8. It could be 7. It could be work. I have my yoga class is at 8.
Oh, yeah.
And then my makeup yoga class is at 9, and I'm just like,
nice. Yeah, no, I don't like mornings, so definitely an afternoon and evening, and I like finishing my day a little bit earlier. So I'm like a 10 o'clock to like 2 class type of person.
She's like, what's it called when it's between morning and afternoon?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like a brunch person. Brunch.
I would consider myself that. I try to be a morning person, but I'm really not because I'm a night owl.
Me too.
So I'm very unsuccessful every single time that it like lowers my confidence.
Yeah.
But like we have our moments, right?
Right.
And I think the longest it's ever lasted was like a week.
Yeah.
And then it just like, okay, you can't wake up anymore.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I've been waking up like earlier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this week was long.
We're almost there.
I know, almost there.
But then it's like we don't.
Yeah, no, I don't want
We're
to be
very
almost
conflicted.
there.
As seniors, we're very conflicted at the moment.
Yes.
So ask us later.
Yeah, ask us in like 2 weeks.
We'd like to postpone our tears for later.
For real.
Okay, so now on to some lighthearted questions. Still easing into it. What is your favorite transfer event you've been to?
Oh my gosh, definitely the campfire nights. First semester I got to tell scary stories in the dark, and they were creepy.
You did that at the campfire event?
Yes,
oh my
God. And I read them to everyone that was there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was really fun actually, and I love s'mores, so I was munching a little bit while we were telling them stories. And it was just so fun. And that was, like, the first event where I actually saw people, like, interacting really, really well with each other and, like, exchanging, like, Snapchats and stuff.
Was there a lot of people that was fall semester, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of people?
Yeah, there was a lot of people. We had a good amount because it was on, next to the basketball courts next to, like,
Over
Allen
there?
Hall.
Yeah.
Like, Central Quad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so there was just a lot of more people out because it was still, like, nice weather. And we got to see Lightsaber Club, which is so cool.
They were out?
Yeah, they were out. It was really cool to watch.
See, they would have been out for us in the spring, but there was snow.
Oh,
so it didn't seem that inviting.
Yeah, no. Definitely not. But no, it was fun. That was my favorite.
Very nice. Then, what is your favorite memory so far being here at NAU?
Oh my gosh. My favorite memory is getting to meet all of my coworkers and my besties.
Oh, do you have a favorite coworker?
Oh, I do have a favorite coworker. I don't know if I should say it on the recording, though. But no, I do have a favorite coworker. And everyone has their favorites. Let's be real. Let's be real. But they shall remain anonymous for the time being.
Very considerate of you. Very considerate.
Thank you. But yeah, no, meeting all of my friends through this program was, like, the best thing that could have happened to me because I was a very lonesome person my first semester here, as was many people on the team.
As a transfer student, it seems pretty common.
Yes,
so,
it is very common because you're in a weird spot where it's, like, you're not freshman, but it's your first year here, and you're in upper division classes most of the time, at least in my experience, and, like, everyone had already had an established group of friends, and I was just kind of there. Yeah, I was like, ooh,
you're just
okay.
Like, hi.
Yeah, just,
I'm just gonna scooch on over.
Yeah. For real.
No, I can't really anymore, and we started senior year, actually being here, so I'm like, I kind of wish that we met sooner.
I know, me too.
But honestly, we made the most out of it in this last year, and it feels like it's been longer.
It does.
It doesn't feel like it's only been 2 semesters. Yes, it does. I feel like I've known you since, like, I've been here.
I know.
You and, like, the other coworkers, so I'm just, like, confused with time right now.
I know, me too. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, who's leading the interview?
Sorry, I'm getting teary-eyed.
I already cried it out a couple weeks ago.
I need to cry.
I'm kind of fresh. I think you need to let it out.
I need to let it out. Oh, it's gonna come.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be cute. It's gonna be an ugly cry.
With or without the makeup on?
Honestly, I like it better with.
But it creates a more dramatic
It's more dramatic, but, like, without, then my eyelashes look really good.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
Noted. So, you are a Transfer Jack's peer mentor.
I am.
So, let's kind of, like, dive into that a bit. So, what's something that you've learned from your mentees?
Oh my gosh. Learned from my mentees. I have learned patience with people. I love my mentees, and I love being able to guide them. And sometimes people just need a little bit more time to kind of, like, come to you and need that guidance. So having to wait it out and not wanting to, like, force them to come in and meet with me was, like, something I needed to learn. Because I'm the type of person that just wants to help everybody. And I needed to understand that not everyone will need my help all the time. Yeah. So that was a big thing. And just, like, I don't know, reinforcing my kindness to everyone. Because sometimes it's not easy being nice to everybody.
It is not. It is not.
But my mentees made that really easy for me this semester. They're all so awesome, and I love every single one of them. And I'm so sad to be leaving them, but they taught me a lot, so.
Oh, beautiful. I'm getting teary-eyed right now. I'm not even like your mentee. Stop.
You're funny.
So, how has being a mentor to transfer students affected your experiences as a transfer student?
I just felt a lot more connected, like, with the community on campus. I know I met with my mentor when I was a mentee, and I went to, like, one event, but being able to, like, meet other people that have gone through, or are going through what I've gone through, was just, like, really therapeutic for me, and kind of understanding that, like, I wasn't alone in the process.
Eye-opening. You're just like, huh.
Yeah, for real. It was, like, a little aha moment. Like, okay, everyone's going through this, too, in their own way. How can I help them? How can I help them the way that I wish someone would have helped me?
And it helps you become a better mentor.
It does, it does. But yeah.
So then, having been a mentor for this whole academic year, what's your favorite part being a mentor?
Oh, I have literally every single part is my favorite part. I love just connecting with people, like, on, like, a personal level and, like, a social level, and just getting to know everyone, like, for themselves has been very, very good for me. What was the question again?
You're really good.
I was like, no. I, like, totally lost my train of thought right now.
You were, like, totally building a foundation.
Yeah, I was, and I just literally forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, we'll just rewind that. Okay. So your favorite part about being a mentor?
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, no, my favorite part of being a mentor is just seeing everyone grow, especially my mentees that I've had since fall semester. I still, like, have regular meetings with a lot of them in spring semester, and so seeing them grow more comfortable and, like, finding their own spaces on campus was, like, the most rewarding part of my job, because it made me feel like I was doing my job right.
And it shows how, like, great of a job you do in the role, because like you like genuinely feel happy for them.
Yeah.
You know, like you care. You really do.
Like a lot of my mentees, even this semester that I've had, have been doing so much like within their clubs and with like their like whatever organizations they're involved in on campus, and it just makes me feel so happy that they're able to do everything that they want to do while being able to manage school. So it's cool.
It honestly makes me so happy seeing, like, as another, like, peer mentor, I'm like, how is it that Leah connects so well with her mentees? She meets with people that already transferred in the fall, you know. Meanwhile, I'm just kidding. But, like, I see you, like, you really make for a great mentor. I think you're really one of the better ones, too. I mean, we're all great in our own way, but you have a way of, like, easily connecting and making them want to come back on their own time. Because, like, that takes a lot, too. It's kind of like, I got other things, but you have, like, majority of them, like, coming back to see you, especially during like finals week or like as finals is creeping up, they still want to see you. You know how hard it was for me to like schedule this with her?
Yeah. Very hard.
So many mentee meetings. So many. She's obviously popular.
Stop. You're making me blush. Thank you.
So moving on to more serious questions as a transfer student. What was your experience like at your previous school?
Okay, so I went to Chandler Gilbert Community College, and it was definitely an experience. It was. I did really like the classes that I took. I just struggled with, like, finding community and, like, finding resources on campus because I wasn't assigned an advisor when I was there. And so it just made things really complicated, and just, I didn't really know what I was doing, and I didn't have any friends. That's also when COVID hit, so I didn't really have an experience there, but it was just okay. But coming to NAU, my advisor tracked me down really fast. Like, really fast. And we were able to, like, we set up a degree progression plan, so I knew what classes I needed to be taking. And then, obviously, I got paired with my mentor from last year in the Transfer Jacks program, and she just made me feel really welcomed. And, like, she was just like, oh, like, if you ever need anything, like, don't hesitate to ask. Like, I'm here for you. And it just inspired me to be, like, a better person for myself and care about, like, school and, like, classes and just building relationships with people, because I didn't build any relationships when I was at
Again,
CGCC.
it was during COVID at the same time.
It was during COVID, but, you know, I definitely could have put more effort into making more friends.
That makes all of us, right?
Yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. And I've got lots of friends now, so that's good.
And I like how you said how, like, it was really hard for you to, like, get a hold or, like, access, like, resources.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, it seems like you didn't even know where it was half the time.
I had no idea.
Which makes it really cool how, like, now you're a mentor. And, like, how do you think, we're kind of bouncing back to being, like, in that mentor. How do you think you're providing, or do you think you're doing a good job, in a sense, in helping out your mentees? And, like, these are the resources. Like, how many times have you reiterated it, or, like, reminded them of what's here?
Yeah. Oh, so many. Like, every single meeting, I feel like. Just because I feel like, especially for me, like, I'm someone who, like, you can tell me once and I'll do it, but, like, sometimes if I don't want to do it, you gotta tell me a lot of times to do it. And so, like, I know that that's the case for a lot of people, and a lot of people are just scared to, like, reach out to resources, which was my issue, too, because I was, like, embarrassed.
It doesn't come naturally all the time, too, so.
Yeah, and I'm also first gen, so, like, my parents didn't really know either, so, like, I kind of was just, I felt like I was free-falling a little bit. And so, I don't want my mentees to feel like that, and that was, like, my main goal. Like, I want them to know that there's resources here for them, like, for whatever they need. So, I definitely reinforce that a lot.
They're probably overwhelmed at this
point.
point.
100%. They're like, okay, that's enough.
They're like, she's going through the script again.
Yep. And I always tell them the same exact story of how I didn't have an advisor and I didn't know what was going on campus.
Hey, your mentees can't be lost if you've been talking about it the whole time, right?
They can't. They got no excuses.
Exactly. And so you said you were talking about things that, like, you, like, recognize, like, things that you could have done, like, maybe at Chandler Grove, like, and, like, here, but so, like, kind of elaborate more on, like, what changed, or, like, if you could go back and change anything about your transition, what would it be?
Yeah, so my first year here, like I said, I was lonesome a little bit, and didn't really feel like getting out and going to events, and my roommates had already been here for 2 years, so they kind of did all of, like, the events that I wanted to do, and so I never had anyone to go with. And I finally dragged them to a loteria night, which is just like Mexican bingo. And it was so fun. I got to meet so many people through that. And I met a lot of my friends through, like, that night. And I just wish I would have gone to more events, honestly, and, like, utilized my resources. Because that was the only event I went to. My first year.
I'm right there with you. I only went to one event.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
I think it's a pattern, because I think that was the same for some of our
I
others.
think so too.
But, like, going to one is honestly...
Oh, yeah, it is.
I want to
it's
say it's, like,
better
good
than
enough.
none.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is. It was enough to, like, be like, I'm interested in this program.
Right, yeah. I just wish I would have gone to more. And so I could have met more, like, transfer students, because the one event I went to was, like, combined with other student groups, so it wasn't just transfer students there.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really meet many transfer students, but it was really fun still, and I would go to that event.
But honestly, like, having that experience definitely helped you to kind of, like, empathize with your mentees on knowing how hard it is, and how, like, it's easy to just say it than do it, you know? And, like, again, like you said, coming, like, as a transfer student, an upperclassman, a new, like, new student to the campus, you're kind of expected to still know what you're doing.
Right,
And so you don't want to, like, there's, like, a pride part of that, too. But it's natural. It is. You know, it's common.
All part of the process.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So, ending, this is, like, our last question of the recording. So sad, I know. Time went by so fast. But what is a piece of advice you'd like to give to transfer students?
Oh, that's a great question. Obviously meet with your mentor, because they're gonna have resources for you, and it's scary. Like, it is so intimidating, like, at first, having this random person, like, call and text you and be like, hey, we need to meet.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, who is this person?
Like, what is this person? Why do they know my name? Like, but they are awesome resources. Everyone on our team is awesome. They know what they're talking about. They're here to be your friend. And it's just, it's a great resource. And I love my mentor so much, and I'm so thankful that I was able to give that experience to this incoming class of mentees. And just don't be afraid to do things. Like, I was so shy to go to events and, like, just talk to people, but this is the time to do it. You're never going to relive these years again, so do it now before it's too late and you regret it.
Step out of your comfort zone.
Yes, step out of your comfort zone. Get out there. Go.
Beautifully said. Words of wisdom right there. And I totally lied to you, because I have one more question.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So, just a little bit longer, but since you're graduating in a couple weeks, oh my goodness, do you have any plans after graduation that you would like to share?
Yeah, so I'm definitely moving back down to Phoenix after graduation, and I'm going to be looking for a job in either HR or in child life specialist areas. Hopefully a year from now, I'll be applying for, like, a master's program, and I'll have found a company that will pay for my master's program, more importantly. And we'll see what kind of program I fall into. I'm looking into, like, child developmental programs and stuff like that, so we'll see. But yeah, those are the plans for now.
Sweet. And, like, having experience of being a transfer student and, like, in this case, a non-traditional student, how do you feel about, like, your journey ahead of you? And, like, because I know there's a lot of, like, stereotypes, there's a lot of stigma when you're not doing things in a timely way at a certain age. I know it still affects even us, but, like, how do you, like, being a transfer student and learning about it, how do you think you're gonna, like, approach life in the future? Well,
I think being a transfer student, you have a better chance of, like, adapting to things faster, and you kind of have to, like, think quickly. But everyone goes at their own pace, so there's no reason to feel, like, stressed or, like, oh my god, like, what am I doing? I'm so old and I'm in college. When you're not old, you're just doing things at your own time. But yeah, I think that being a transfer student just helps me adapt more to life and, like, quickly.
You know, that goes deep.
It does. It goes deep, for real.
Okay, thank you, Leah, for joining us today. We appreciate you taking the time to join us and sharing your experience with us.
Well, thank you, Leilei, for having me. It's been a pleasure talking to you.